Hey guys, welcome to Lovely J Podcast. This is your host, Miss Coco Boughton with the mostest. That's right, with the mostest. Y'all, let's talk about narcissistic people. Don't get even. And this is gonna be, just one of them times where I just really uh just basically tell you the truth about it, because sometimes we can get lost in their behaviors and how they treat us. They can make us mad to the point where we want to retaliate, to where we want to get back and get even with them, where we start wishing them bad things to happen to them. And why do we do this? Because we're hurt. They have hurt us just as much as whatever it is about us that they don't like hurts them. Because they're jealous of us. Let's just be clean and clear about this. If you got a narcissist in your life, you got a person who is trying to make your life miserable, trying to make you hate life, trying to make you go suicidal, trying to make you doubt yourself and doubt your abilities, your capabilities, your walk abilities. They're trying to make you hate everything about your life. But listen, don't do that. And sometimes when we get so caught up in word salads and everything that they say to us and how they make us feel bad about ourselves sometimes, because they go for your self-esteem now. They go for your psyche and your self-esteem. So you got to watch your mental. You just got to watch everything around them. Anyways, my story about narcissists is the narcissists lately have been trying to make me feel bad about everything I do, the way I say things, the way I walk, my decisions, how I choose to live my life. They even tried to make me hate, normal conversations. Now, these are narcissists. And they are bullies. Y'all hear me? They are some big time bullies. I was listening at how stupid they sounded trying to be me, because nobody can be me except for me. Nobody can be you except for you. Even if they mimic and mock you, they don't want to look stupid. They don't want to sound stupid. So don't you go taking it out on yourself. I had to pep talk myself. Y'all, I have to pep talk myself every day when I get up. When I say pep talk, I mean encourage myself to get up and still keep going, because these monsters that are out there, they just really don't have a clue how much better their life would be if they would just go head on and live the life that God has given them. Unfortunately, some of them don't see that. They don't even believe in God. They'll show up at church and don't even believe in God. How you like that? But this is the thing. Don't try to get even with them. Even if they have lied and slandered your name, if they have gossip about you, put rumors, just spreading rumors and rumors of lies on you, leave it alone. Leave it alone. If they have mocked you, tried to insult you about the clothing you wear or your decision to do a thing, because I tell you, I was somewhere. Now listen, this is an indirect insult. You know what they used to say about rich people? Rich people don't have to walk in a store and say, how much is this? That's what they used to say back in the day. But you get somebody who excuse me, y'all, who don't got really that much money, or, they're on a budget, they may walk in the store and say, how much is this? Now, that's an example of, I feel like, is a healthy way to teach people how to think. But now you have some people, and that's not an indirect threat, that's not an indirect insult or anything. That's just a fact. It's a difference between somebody giving you a fact and telling you what they have observed versus somebody, well, I can't even say that's a fact. I can say it's an opinion, but it's a, fairly true opinion that most people who have money, they don't have to, continue to ask how much is this or anything. They just know that they can't afford it. But however, the other day somebody said, I'll get something, right? They said, I'll get it. we was in the middle of trying to get together to see who could bring what to this event. And somebody says, I can get that. And the woman stops and says, well, you know that those are expensive. You know, she basically was saying that you can't afford that. And I said to myself, that's such an indirect insult, because how do you not know that someone is not stepping out on faith to sow this seed, and this is what God has told them to do? How do you not know that? But anyways, that person could have came back on her. I'm sorry, y'all, with the yawns. But that person could have came back on her and, just really been nasty toward her and said, how you know I can't afford this? Just really retaliated against her and made her look bad. The woman who suggested that she didn't have enough money, basically, to buy what they was asking for. She could have came back and insulted her the same way. But she didn't do that. She just sat there quietly and didn't respond. And anyways, moral of the story, you can make yourself look stupid. If you leave these narcissists alone, don't respond to what they got to say and do, they'll look stupid on their own. I promise you they will. They will be the ones that start to sound crazy because they got your name so far and they so obsessed with you. People are going to start to recognize that, hey, this person got a problem with her or him. It's going to be recognizable. And once it starts getting recognizable, that's when, hold up, y'all. Let me take that off. I hope I was not echoing this whole time because I forgot I had my Bluetooth on. I'm sorry, y'all, if I was. But let me recap right quick. I'm talking about narcissists, how do not retaliate against them, because don't go for them. Don't go, evil for evil, because at the end of the day, God is going to sort through it all. God's already got it worked out for you. He already knows who they are. He knows their limitations too. He knows what can break them down. He knows their heart. And the one thing that narcissists don't plan on, because they feel like they're so highly educated and that they're so smart and that they're indestructible, they don't plan on the boomerang effect, or better yet, the reap what you sow effect to happen to them. In their mind, nothing can happen to me because I am the greatest of all times. That's in their mind, that nothing can happen. But they have to come up with ways to make you look bad. And we know this, so let's not let it get to us now that we know that. Now that we know that they come up with all these scenarios and that they come up with ways to make us feel bad about ourselves, the best way to guard yourself against their words and insults is to love yourself regardless what anybody says about you. Go ahead and acknowledge and embrace your flaws, because chances are they know what you don't like about yourself, and that's what they try to use against you, is the things you don't like about yourself. So try to look at yourself and not be hard on yourself, because beating yourself up isn't going to make them stop beating you up, and it's not going to make them stop spreading rumors and lies on you. They're going to continue to do that because that's what they live for. It's just people out here who just live for that type of evil. I know for me, I be getting up and, I start my day and I don't know why these yawns starting to hit all of a sudden. But when you are on a watch list, just about everybody, I would say a majority of people and a majority of your family members are watching you because you're on this watch list. And so they don't treat you human. They don't treat you kind. They shove you off. They act like you don't exist. And whenever they are around you, they make sure they do everything to you to make your life a miserable hell. I mean, this can be your kids too. Kids, don't think your kids will not turn against you for the watch list, because they will. If they're told to do something to you, or they're told to go buy something for you, or if they're told to give you gifts, and they know that these gifts can be psychologically destroying you, because it lets them know that, hey, we're listening to you, we're spying on you, we're taking over your life now. They can have people come into your life that will get to know you and pretend like they want to date you. I'm telling you, these narcissists will not stop at anything. These are people of evil workmanship. Anybody that wants to see another human suffer this bad just because they can't take time to get themselves together, it's pathetic. It's pathetic out here. And I just find that you got to be careful these days. Nobody is who they say they are. If I don't say anything else you can use that. Nobody is who they say they are. I don't care if you birthed them. Once they get into these organizations and these elite groups, consider yourself still the mother, still the father, but you have to be on your guard at all times, because the same things that the elites do, they can tell your children to do the same thing to you. So you have to be watchful, keep a watchful eye. And if I'm gonna start giving some watch list tips. I think some things that have helped me. It's not gonna stop them from attacking you. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Nothing you do right now is gonna stop them from attacking you. But it will make you stronger to withstand the attacks. Because you can't stop what other people do. You can't tell them what to do. You can't control them. So the only thing you can do is talk to you. Talk to you. Because narcissists, they have friends in high places. They have police officer friends. They have, what else is it? They have, first responder friends, doctors. It's a whole network of businesses that strive often making people miserable. And at the same time, they do it in a covert way so that you won't know that they're narcissists, but you'll feel the effects of their coldness toward you. Because I have felt coldness toward people's coldness toward me a lot of times. And these narcissists, when they get in networks like that, they can be beat. They can be beat. You best believe that. They can be beat. It's just that you have to be patient, and what you can't do, you just wait on God. He'll send somebody that can do it. I'm telling you, He will. He will send somebody that can do it. You don't have to speak up to everything that the narcissist does to you, because God is going to send somebody. That's like one time here in the neighborhood, I was talking about something. I was like, dang, you got a lot of loud trucks come through here now. Well, actually, I didn't never say that out loud. But anyway, a woman, she says, why are we starting to, they need to do something about these loud trucks and things coming through town all the time. Well, I guess somebody got word of it, and not as many of them come through now. So see, sometimes you don't have to do nothing. Just sit there and know that they did something, know that they said something. And I know this sounds easier to say than do, but some of this stuff you got to let it roll off of you, because you can't internalize every little thing they do. Every movement, every word. If you try to internalize and make sense of all that stuff, why these people don't like me, you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to make sense of it. All you can do is find the truth in what's going on. And the truth is, say for instance, like this food bank thing. I go to this food bank place all the time. And sometimes they give me good stuff, and sometimes they give me like stuff that, like, you could have just took this to the trash yourself instead of giving it to me to put in my trash, because that's where it's going, because it's not edible. So sometimes I have to pick through the good and the bad and sort it out. And that's how you're going to have to do. You're going to have to pick through people. You're going to have to pick through the people that you can get along with, and the people who just really get under your nerves. If you got to go no contact, go no contact. Don't be trying to sit up under people and accept how can I say? Don't be trying to sit up underneath people and just really think that they're going to change for you. If you that miserable, if you are so miserable that you can't stand it, then don't stand it. Just go. If you're that miserable, don't stay up under them like that. Now, if you can handle it, you can stay there and do what you're supposed to do. But if you can't handle it, get up and go. There was times I had to get up and go. I had to leave people behind that I really cared about, but they didn't care about me. There's times when you're going to have to choose yourself. And that's not being selfish if you are being safe. If it's coming from a place of safety. That's not being selfish when you are choosing yourself. It's not being selfish when you decide to have a little more love for yourself on today than you did yesterday. And that's how you get through this. You have to have love and compassion for yourself just as much as you do others. Continue to pray, keep a prayer life. You have to be kind to yourself, because they're going to be mean to you. And I don't know who I'm speaking to, but let me tell you, they're going to be mean to you. They're going to be really mean to you. They're going to hurt your feelings every chance they get. They're going to shoot down every idea that you bring up. And then they're going to turn around maybe a couple months later and take the same idea you brought up and use it as their own right in your face. And you're going to be like in your mind, I just said do that. Don't tell yourself that. You don't have to tell yourself that. You know what you said. What you do is you encourage yourself next time to take your ideas where they can grow. And pray to God where to place your ideas at. And when to speak your ideas out loud. Because these people are nasty. Narcissists are nasty. There's nothing good about them. And I keep telling y'all, people with reprobated minds, stop trying to heal them. Stop trying to pray for them. Stop trying to love on them. You better go on about your business, because them folks is so crazy in their mind. They don't love. They won't love. They have decided and made up in their hearts and mind that life is too great of a disappointment to them for them to love anybody. Everybody can love them, but in their mind, they're not required to love anybody. So you might as well leave them alone. Skip on to the next. But yes, make sure that you are taking care of your mental health, because that's what they're going for. They're going for your mental health. They're going to make sure that they keep you walking on eggshells. But don't walk on eggshells. Once you know who they are, you should not be walking on eggshells. You should be just as blunt as you can be. If they did you wrong, tell them they did wrong. See, that's why people don't like me. I don't know if y'all want to be like that or not. But that's why people don't like me, because I stand right there with them and I won't breathe hard with it or nothing and say, hey, I don't like the way you did that. I don't like the way you said that. Or, if they say a lie or something, I'm going to call them out. I'm not going to be nasty about it, but I'm surely going to let you know that if it's something you done to me, I'm going to speak it back to you. I'm going to give you. That's what I'm going to do. And when you look at me like I'm stupid or like you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm still going to give you. I'm not going to give you me. I'm not finna waste my energy like that. So, you do what you can. And you just keep going. If you get knocked down in the process of doing the right thing, keep getting back up. Because, see, that's the thing about a just man. God continues to give us strength to get back up. No matter how hard we fall, we have the strength. We have the mindset to get back up. You've got to want life more than you do that narcissist. Now that's it right there. You gotta want it. You gotta want to get back up. You can't wait and let people come in and keep telling you, oh, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. Just do this, do that. You gotta want it. You gotta already want it before the fall. Before the fall. You should be training your mind and your body right now for whenever you fall. Whenever you fall mentally, be training yourself right now. And I say that because you don't wait till the battle starts to want to learn how to train your mind to handle a crisis situation or insulting situations. You want to train yourself right now to handle those difficult situations. And how do you do that? With your sword. You get your Bible. Your Bible is your sword. We do not fight with physical weapons unless you have to, but the biggest and the main weapon is the Bible. There's instructions in the Bible for how to handle narcissistic people. Ooh, I like this. I automatically turned to Joshua, and it says Israel follows Joshua's instructions. See, there's instructions, and that's Joshua 5-6. There's instructions in the Bible already on how to handle people who have a problem with you. Yeah. There's instructions in the Bible how to handle that. We'll be talking more about it on Kiva. But until then, I want you to be encouraged and to know that don't let them project onto you how they feel. A woman asked the other day at church, she said, now there's people here who ain't raised their hand to bring anything. You want to bring anything? I said, yeah, plates. And you know, people are funny, so I said, what type of plates do you want me to bring? And she ignored me. Went to talking about the next subject. You know how I feel about that? I tell you what, let's handle this like this. I'm going to give you the money and you go buy the plates. That's how we'll handle that. That way you get what you want the people to have, and that keeps me out of it. That's how you got to handle people. You got to handle people with their mindset. See, the mindset is to make you seem like you crazy or like you don't matter or like nobody cares and loves you. So that's where you come through with the love for yourself, but you don't stop participating because of ninjas. You don't stop participating when people start acting like ninjas. You keep going. And I'm going to encourage my children to keep going too, because they shouldn't have to stop doing what they like to do because of people. But yeah, regardless, I'm going to show up and I'm going to be on, my good behavior. But if you do something stupid, I mean, you get back what you put out. If you act like a child, then you're going to get back some discipline. That's what you're going to get out of me. If any time you see me acting like a child, then you discipline me. Help me, correct me out of love. Don't humiliate me out of jealousy, out of hate, but correct me out of love. But see, narcissists don't do that. Narcissists have a game plan, and it automatically signs up in their mind. Like the moment they see a person, their mind is already planning on how to get this person in or how to get rid of a person. The mind automatically goes in and can tell who they can't manipulate, because most of the time they don't prey on people that they can't manipulate like that. Or either they'll try to do it in a covert manner to where you don't feel like you're being manipulated, and then all of a sudden you get home and you're like, what did they just say? Oh, that was an insult, but I missed it right then. I didn't catch it right then. Yeah, and I didn't. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't catch it right then, but then I remember some of the words that were being said, and I remember having a conversation with, I think it was my daughter or somebody else, and we had just about that same conversation about tablecloths and and things like that. So my thing is, when they get nasty, you go to God. Don't go lower, don't go higher on your own, you just go to God. If you can't handle what they're doing, then you go to the Bible, you go to God. You need to learn how to handle these people accordingly. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you handle them with flesh, you're going to get depleted so quickly, you're going to be wiped out, and they're going to be won the battle. You know how you win the battle? You let them go up against themselves. That's what I do, and that's what many other people have done, but you've got to let people go up against themselves, because that's who the real battle is with. They really at war with themselves, and they just want to throw us in the midst of it. They throw people like me in the midst of it, me and you. They throw us in the midst of it and try to make us their victims. They're displacing their anger because they don't want to look within and say, hey, yeah, I jacked up. Yeah, I messed up. Yeah, I'm not as knowing, and I don't have as much wisdom as I thought I did. They will never admit to, they're just some really, I don't know even how to call them. They'll never admit that they really hate themselves. And that's what it really is. They hate themselves, and that's sad. That's a sad thing right there. Because when somebody hates themselves that much, they'll make sure everybody around them is miserable. Now, having said that, I would say this too. Narcissistic people are dangerous. Don't be approaching these people. If you can leave the situation, leave. Because they are dangerous. And depending on what level of narcissist what level of narcissism or stage they're in, you could get yourself into some really dangerous situations with them. Because they already hate life, they already hate themselves, they don't have a problem with hurting you. They don't have a problem with unaliving a person. Some of these narcissists are psychopaths combination. They have antisocial personality disorders, because that's what all this is, all these cluster B disorders. And some of them have a combination of more than one disorder. And when those disorders start cutting up, it becomes very dangerous. So you don't have to respond to everything. But if you must respond for the sake of saving your life, then you must do it in a way that is truthful, and you must stick to the truth, and don't go all the way around the bush talking about what happened last year and the year before and all that. You must do things in order if you are going to win this battle. God is a God of order, and that's the way you need to be. You must do things in order. I don't care how many times they laugh and pick at you about how you do or how you look and talk. You must come back to a place of order. And it must be said in truth, written in truth. Leave none out. Don't add in there a whole bunch of going out of the way and then coming back to the main topic. You've got to stick to the main topic in order to get a point across that is going to be valid. Anyway, yeah. But y'all, okay, I got to go. So that's what I'm talking to y'all about, some narcissistic things and how you got to you got to keep going, guys. Don't give up on yourself. So many times we want to give up, but don't do it. Don't do it, because life is still beautiful. It's just a bad day. It's a bad minute. And even if that bad day or bad minute or seconds come every day, you got to know that God is still good. And He's looking out for us regardless what they do. And it's a matter of time for His vengeance. You'll know when His vengeance start coming through. You will know. You will say, that was God right there, not them off their horse. Their high horse. That was God. God is going to do just what He said He'd do. He's not a man that shall lie. He don't lie like man. That's just period. All right. Peace, love, and happiness. Thanks for listening to Lovely J Podcast with Miss Coco.